Water for elephants. Benny was a pilot. Through the clouds, he was flying. Then he heard a sound, saw the birds, and they were loud. The engine stalls, began to smoke. Benny prayed and started to choke. Hits the button, seat ejects. He's not ready for what comes next. Sees the coast in the distance. The jet explodes in an instant. Then he lands in open water. Life flashed by, he sees his daughter. Wrapped in his chute, he kicks and swings. A breath of salt, it burns, it stings. World is crashing all around. No one knows he needs to be found. Land so far, a swimming obstacle. Before he begins, it's impossible. There he floats, ready to give up. A plane overhead, his thoughts interrupt. As he looks, he sees the sign, eat the elephant, one bite at a time. A gift from above begins to cope. The most powerful thing, he has hope. Sunshine and family on his mind. He plans to leave the bad stuff behind. Tells himself to take a test, just swim to that buoy and take a rest. He did so without a problem, put a check in the win column. 5 more times and he'll be home. What comes next is still unknown. His daughter wakes up, a loud scream. Daddy's in heaven, it was just a dream. Holds her elephant, starts to cry. I'll dream him back to life next time. Water for Elephants, Volume 2, The Island. Benny landed in open water. He swam to shore. It was a dream of his daughter's. Now he lays on the beach. No one in sight. Civilization's out of reach. This event, no less than horrific. He's now stranded on an island in the Pacific. He looks around through the trees. The jungle is thick with humidity and leaves. Hello, is anyone there? As songs of birds fill the air. Then he saw 4 large men, painted faces, tribal attire. They stared at Ben. He turned to run, then he was shot with a blowgun. He ran a little, then he fell. He woke up and started to yell. Sitting there, hands are bound, head is pounding as the people surround. 4 warriors and 3 elders. Children are running in and out of their shelters. They look at him, look at his clothes. What is this? From his head to his toes. A big mean man named K.O.T.U stood Ben up. What was he gonna do? He put his weapon to Ben's neck. The chief raised his hand and put him in check. The elders had Ben taken away behind a hut, should he die or stay. While he waits, he sits down. There's a kid who wore a frown. He gave Ben a stick and a rock. He wanted to play. Ben went into his sock. Pulled out a toy, a tiny spotted elephant. He gave to the boy. A gift from my daughter, and now it's yours. His eyes widened, and happiness poured. It might be the last thing I do, and if it is, I'm glad I could do that for you. Then K.O.T.U picked up Ben, brought him to the elders. Is this the end? Ailani was the chief, and he spoke. I saw what you did, my trust you awoke. Maka is my grandson, you can stay. Now let us talk to see what you say. I guess you wonder how I know English. See that man, his boat caught fire and didn't extinguish. Australia is where he's from. He was just like you, and a man he's become. He has been here for several years. He's one of us. He hunts with spears. Kailua is his name, and he received it at the ceremony of the flame. Go with Leilani for food, water, and rest, because tomorrow we will put you to the test. She welcomes him, a flowered crown around his head. He eats, he drinks, he goes to bed. He dreams of his daughter Jane while he sleeps on sugarcane. In the morning, Kailua wakes him up. Time to hunt the pig, mate. Now get your butt up. K.O.T.U's outside, holding spears. By the fire they pray. He has unknown fears. Into the jungle to hunt the pig. Kailua explains how mindset is big. Just remember to breathe. They painted their faces with flowers and leaves. As they walk through the trees, K.O.T.U points behind the weeds. Kai and K.O.T.U take a breath, surround the pig, he's scared to death. If Ben kills the pig, the ceremony of the flame will be his next gig. Lots of pressure, forgets to breathe, he's so nervous, he could barely see. It runs towards Ben, tries to spear him, a failed attempt. It gets away, the men are sad, maybe next time it won't be so bad. Kai told him where he went wrong, you weren't focused or in the zone. Become one with your body, your mind and soul. Don't look at the situation as a whole. Learn our methods, apply them to life. Maybe next time you won't think twice. They make it back empty-handed, but for that moment forgot he was stranded. Thinks of his daughter, has to stay. He's upset and hopes she's okay. He can only wish. Tomorrow he must learn how they catch fish. Nighttime comes by the fire. Everyone's sitting and looks very tired. What are they doing? He didn't know. Then he realized their eyes were closed. A sort of prayer, he couldn't help but to stare. Becoming one is what they were doing, changed his mind of what he was viewing. After that, quite relaxed, Kailua told him to practice that. Time goes on, it's been 2 years, they'll never be found, so it appears. Since he got there, a lot has changed. His skin is bronze, his face unshaved. Became a master at catching fish, now the pig, the top of his list. As they get ready to go out, time to hunt and to be proud. K.O.T.U, Kailua, and Ben start to pray that he will kill the pig on this day. Totally focused, completely calm, he has no trouble with what's going on. Sees the pig, it's gigantic, he took a breath and didn't panic. Ben thrust the pig with his sharp spear, he's one of them, he started to tear. Thanks the gods for what they blessed, the other guys were very impressed. They bring it back to the village to be cooked for tonight's assemblage. Nighttime comes, everyone's there, they're all happy and free from care. Music, dancing, and a feast, the guest of honor presented his beast. Now the moment for which he waited. Ailani says his name. Pauahi is what he stated. Has the meaning, fire is over. Everyone's happy, they branded his shoulder. Time has come, more time has passed. His crew figured out where his plane crashed. Here they come, on the island. Where is Ben? Did he make it to land? There he is, his unit found him. K.O.T.U approaches, and they shot him. In the chest, out his back, there was no need for the attack. Ben, let's go, come with us. Just remember, it's us you can trust. You're not well or in your right mind, get on the boat and start to unwind. Thinks of his daughter, upset about K.O.T.U, doesn't say goodbye, did what he's told to. There he goes, back to the States. He's so nervous, he cries, he shakes. On the boat, it starts to rain. We have bad news about your daughter Jane. Water for Elephants, Volume 3, Jane. Jane is now 10 years old. It's Christmas Eve and really cold. 2 years have passed since she lost her daddy in a plane crash. She's making cookies and really bored with kids like her on the ward. She finishes up really quick. It's been a year since she got sick. She goes to her room, began to pray, "Daddy, please get me, I don't want to stay." Squeezed her elephant, fell asleep, woke in the morning and started to weep. Saw her daddy when she was dreaming. It's Christmas Day, time for treatment. Sitting there with her IV, a new kid in the chair. He was scared, she believed. "Take my elephant, he will keep you safe. Merry Christmas and welcome to this place." Her treatment's finished, tries to stand. She sits back down, "I need a hand." Back to her bed, she lays down, wishes to Daddy, "Come get me now." Back to sleep, she wakes up again. Someone calls her name. It's her dad, Ben. "Hey, sweetheart," he said to her. "Daddy, is it you? I wondered where you were." "On an island is where I landed, and for 2 long years I was stranded. I'm back now, Janie, I'm back for good. I prayed for you every second I could. Hey baby, I got something for you." Hands her an elephant, it was all he could do. She reaches up to give him a hug, but she's so weak, he knelt on the rug. As tears roll down, "It's okay baby, I'm here now. You don't have to fight, just let go, fall into the light." As Janie slowly fades away, there's one more thing he needed to say. "Go in peace, go there now. We'll be together someday, somehow."